my directions and we're ready to go. Okay, today's lesson. Today's lesson is on one-digit quotients. Last time I'll ask for those iPads and those stylus to be put away. All right, if we have one-digit quotients, that means our answer is just going to have one digit in it today. Lately, we've been having 2 digits in our answer. Of course, we'll probably have remainders for today as well. Okay, what are the steps? My sound is on. What are the steps for dividing 2-digit numbers? They're the exact same thing that we've been doing. Exactly the same thing. We have to follow all of these steps. So let's just say this theater here sold 428 tickets for a show. And one section in this theater has 64 seats. So how many sections do you think there must be to seat all of those ticket holders? Well, what operation do you think we'll use to figure out how many sections? Aiden? We will divide. So one thing we can do to see if we have about the right answer is we can start by estimating. You can always do that. So if we started by estimating, we would probably change, is this a basic fact? Yep. Yeah, it is. So 420 divided by 60, well, we could do that in our head. The answer would be, well, about 6, right? Yeah, about 6. So we know that's what our answer is supposed to be. So now we're going to do this the long way. We're going to take 428 divided by 64. Okay, first thing, how many 64s fit into 4? Brendan? Brendan, eyes and ears up here, please. How many 64s fit into 4, Brendan? How many 64s fit into 42? How many 64s fit into 428? Well, we don't know that, but here's a good way to do it. We can cover up the 8, we can cover up the 4, so that we're left with how many 6s are in 42. And that's about what? It's about 7. Now, we can try this. I don't know if it's going to work. Natasha, I'd like you to put your iPad and your stylus away. This is the part where we learn and listen and watch. Can you please do that, just like everybody else in the class? Push it away from you. Okay, so we're going to try this. We don't know if it's going to work. We're going to take 64 times 7, which is 28. 7 times 6 is 42, 43, 44. Can I fit this under here? No. It's too big. That means I picked a number that was too big. Let's try. Good job, Brendan. Let's try. So let's try 64. I know this might be hard to see. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 2 more, 38. Now, is that going to fit underneath here? Yeah. 384. I'm going to subtract and get 4. Whoops, can't do this. So I'll trade. Is that okay for a remainder? Yeah, heck yeah. As long as it's less than 64. Now I'm going to give you a little hint today on your assignment. You're going to find, you might find that this number is exactly the same as this number, and if that happens, you chose the wrong number. You need to go one higher then. So we have a remainder of 44. Remember, our remainders never fit on the line. They're after the line. We're going to do a few more together up here, Natasha, okay? All right, let's try. Let's try this one. So How many 12s are in 1? 0. How many 12s are in 11? 0. Ooh. I'm going to cover up the 5. I'm going to cover up the 2. How many 1s are in 11? 1. Okay, but we don't have room for 2 digits up here. So what's the biggest 1-digit number? Okay, so let's try it. Who knows if it'll work? 12 times 9. See, today, off to the side of your problem, you have to show work. You cannot do this in your head. I won't accept it. 18. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 more. 108. Is that going to fit underneath there? Yeah. 108. How many of you would say the remainder is 3 here? No. We have to trade, remember? Yeah. 7. Oops. 7. There it is. As simple as that. Let's do another one before you guys start to practice on your own. How many 30s, excuse me, can 31 go into 2? Let's start with that. Can 31 go into 24? No. Okay, so let's see. Cover up my last digit of my dividend, cover up my last digit of my divisor. How many 3s are in 24? 8. Let's try it. 31 times 8. 8, 24. Is that going to work? Oh, it's too big, isn't it? Why? We can't put that underneath here because it's bigger than 243. Oh, we didn't pick the right number. Since it's too big, Darius says let's try a 7 instead. 31 times 7. We've got 7. We've got 21. Is that going to work? 217. What do you notice? Can't do it. Trade. Borrow and trade. 6, 2. Is that okay for a remainder? It is. What do you think? Ready to try some? Okay. Pull out your iPad and let's grab a blank page. Whoops, Eileen. Says you need to go down there. Okay, as soon as you're done. Okay, here we go. First problem. Let's talk through this together. How many 51s are there in 4? 0. How many 51s are in 47? 0. Now, I'm going to cover up my 6. I'm going to cover up my 1. How many 5s are there in 47? Aiden? Pardon? 9. Let's try it. Whoops, wrong color. Let's try it and see if it'll work. 51 times 9. 9. Will that work? Yep. Sure it will. Alan, what's the matter? Are you done? You're not working today? It works. That's my guess. Can anybody help me with this? 6 minus 9 is? Can't do it. There it is. 9 with a remainder of 17. All right, ready for another one? Okay. Okay, guys, before you start this one, I'm assuming you've already put in your zeros. I want you to look at our divisor. It's 39. If I cover up the last digit, I'm left with a 3. But darn it, 39 isn't really close to 30. What's it much closer to? Yeah. So in your head, you probably better think of that more as a 40. So how many 4s are there in 27? Does anybody know? 6? Okay, let's try it. 39 times 6. 54. 23. 34. I would get 44. Is that okay? No, it's not. This is not okay. So I chose a bad number. I chose the wrong number. 6 is not going to work. Six didn't give me enough, right? 6 didn't give me a big enough number. So what should I try? Let's try it. Let's take 39 times 7. 63. 7 times 3 is 21 plus 6 more. Is that number going to fit underneath? Oh, much closer. 273 with the remainder of? With the remainder of 5. So sometimes when our divisors are closer to, like for example, 40 than 30, you might want to in your head think of it like that. Because if you would have done this, how many 3's go into 27? You would have started with the number 9. That's what you would have thought it would have been. 9 wouldn't have worked. 8 wouldn't have worked. So you would have had to do a little bit more work that way. Let's try another one. Would anybody like to talk me through this as they're doing it? Dathan? It doesn't go into either of those, so how many 6's are there in 35? 5 of them. Let's try that. You try it on your board, I'll try it on mine. Emma, are you trying that off to the side? Okay. Is that going to work? 335. Emma, are you going to do this? Oh, okay. Just wondering. I don't see you doing anything. Dathan? Is that okay for remainder? Looks great.